Give me the worst punishment you ever received, and what did you do to receive such punishment?
Picking.
Ah, but I remember.
Yeah.
Can you remember some of the weirdest things you did for a crush?
Yeah, I remember very well.
Of course, it ended in tears.
Oh my God, what
But
happened?
at least
They broke up.
Blackberry.
If you had to pick, would you pick your primary school, secondary school, or university? Which one did you have the most fun? Unexpected cane is so painful.
So painful.
It's worse. Like, it's better for you to know that they're going to flog you. Make up your mind, you're not going to cry.
Yeah.
Bring down your hand, and because then when
you know,
especially when it gets to your back.
And
One day I was going to Instagram, so I just saw a quote that said, "What traumatized you as a child?" And it sort of took me down memory lane, where I started thinking about my childhood. So in today's podcast, I brought two of my friends, and I wanted to, discuss with them to see if we can remember some of the things that happened in our childhood, growing up in an African home, all the things that traumatized us, all the things we enjoyed, all the struggles that even led us to where we are today. So I'm going to be introducing them, and here I have with me
Shemeka Allen.
and
And Chisholm.
thank you guys so much for being on our podcast, Unscripted. Is this your first time on a podcast?
For me, yeah.
So,
For me, yes.
are you nervous?
Of course.
Yeah. Jen, are you nervous?
I can't. Well, yes and no. Because, yeah, I'm now trying to run through.
I feel like it's a normal discussion now.
Yeah.
Just this one is front of the camera now.
That's the problem. You don't want to say,
Yeah.
and then.
No. So, see, the thing is, it's unscripted though for a reason. Say what you want to say. Say it with your full chest. All right. So when I saw this thread, someone said, because the thread said, "What traumatized you as a child?" Someone said, "Tear out a sheet of paper." Did it traumatize you?
Yes.
Oh my God, I hated it so much. I hated taking tests.
For me, not really.
Oh, okay, you're among
Depends
those
on the
smart
subject.
kids.
No, not really too.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the subject.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like subjects like.
I was fine with maths.
Okay.
I like for that maths.
Well,
I didn't do for that.
I get what you're saying, because if you know the subject,
Uh-huh.
if you know what to write,
Yeah.
just a piece of paper, it doesn't really, you can
You
just.
tell it.
But when you're not prepared at all.
Ah, God, I think where that thing scared me was university. All those engine courses like mech. You go to mech and then you're in the class. Next thing you hear, tear out a sheet of paper. Oh my God, I am so sure. I have to copy. That's just it. One of the reasons I graduated from UNN was just because of the group of friends I have. Engineering was not my choice. You know how UNN, when you apply for a particular course, they give you a particular course. That was what happened to me. So I applied for medicine. Didn't get the course I
You're
wanted.
not alone. I'm
Oh really? What course
I
did you
actually
apply?
applied for electrical
Engineering. Yeah, please, you're very close. I applied for medicine. I got electrical engineering.
So what did you get?
But agric engineering.
Agric engineering.
But at the end of the day, were you not happy?
I wouldn't say that I'm sad, but it traumatized me. Engineering was not easy, UNN. I came out with a 2-2. It was a miracle. They came out with a 2-2. So yeah, another person said, return it, tell them we're not buying again. When they said,
I get that too.
you know, be trying to know how to present it. Because most times they either tell you we're not taking it back.
Yes.
So my own too, like, it also scared me. Like whenever I buy something, probably maybe because I made a mistake. Maybe they tell you to buy one thing and then you go ahead and buy something else, and then I tell you return it and tell them that they should give you back the money. Oh my God, there was this woman we had when we were growing up, Auntie Stella, in her shop. Whenever we go and you have to, she'll tell you no. The next time when they send you, you listen very well before you come and.
It's true. My parents did that thing to me.
But worst case scenario, the parents will come to return it, not so, and then she will collect.
Yeah, but it's embarrassing now.
I have one that happened to me, Sha.
What's that?
So I was supposed to go and deliver a message to someone down the street. I was taking my time getting ready.
Yeah.
The next thing, my father comes in like, Chimika, leave this house this minute. This second, actually. So I was just wearing pants. Now, I know that like there are children who do it.
Yeah.
But I am not those children. So coming out, walking down the road, wearing just pants. This was like primary school, Sha. But I was still aware. Yeah. So I just came out. I stayed in the staircase for a while. I didn't even leave the house, the building.
Yeah.
And then I went back inside and said he's not around.
Yeah. Did they catch you?
Eventually, yes.
What did they do to you? They didn't beat you?
No, at all.
Really?
At all. I think he was just angry at that point and wanted me to get out of the house. But I think after a while he calmed down. But the one that really We're in secondary school.
Yeah.
And there's the right material of to sew in the uniform. There's the right
Oh my
material.
God, boarding school, yes.
My trouser was sewn with chinos.
Yeah.
And you're not
Supposed to do that.
Yeah.
I don't even know why that was a problem. Like,
the day we were cut,
uh-huh.
they cut one very large hole
Oh my God.
in both knees.
Yeah.
In the knee area. And so, like I said, some people they're fine with it. I had this friend, Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
He was walking with pride.
Yeah.
All over the school.
Yeah.
Bah, bah, bah. Me, I just went to my class and sat down. Break time, I couldn't go for break.
Mm-hmm.
I sent someone to get me stuff. When the school was over, luckily for me, my friend was heading towards my area.
Yeah.
And we started Ebeda. So I followed the mom to Ebeda, and then I used my bag to cover my knees, and I walked to the house. And it's funny, right? Because now you see people with crazy jeans.
And yeah, because then it was not a thing.
It's not me. I still can't wait to be there.
Yeah,
So it's not me. So the whole thing was just really embarrassing.
The next one, finish eating, then go and bring your results. Is it traumatizing?
They did not used to allow us to finish eating. Finish eating, yeah.
As you're coming
As you're
back,
entering the house, you're delivering, you're handing over
your results.
and then you already know what's there now, so you're either smiling.
Did they flog you if you got low or something?
Not really. So my parents, especially my father, he would not flog you at that point.
And then the ones that will let you to sleep.
Result. So on one hand, my results was bad in my early primary school. So primary 1, 2, 3. I thought I was like the best graduating student in my primary school. So towards the end, it got better.
Yeah.
But that early time, right? It's bad or not so good, and then he doesn't say anything. Then maybe the following day, he now catches you playing. It's now be okay. So you brought back a useless result to this house, and you still have the mind to go and be playing and making noise. Bring that cane. He will still not flog you at that point.
Yeah.
Bring the cane. Bring your book, and then you will now sit down. He'll now sit down with you, and then when you now mess up,
that's where and they will not transfer the aggression.
But yes, everything will now.
Your own is okay, because my own is you come back that as you're coming back, they're asking you for your results. You're showing your results. Then it's as if they've forgotten, but they've not forgotten. It's like this mistake you make in the house.
Oh my God! Very true.
In the house, they will remind you of the result. Any small thing, that's how it continues. Like, when will this ever end? You will be forced to go and get second or first.
Good. Another one that I remember that traumatized me so much. So I went to 2 different secondary schools, Macy Girls and FG Soma here. So when I was in Macy Girls, they nearly turned us into slaves. I remember our Saturday tax was to peel melon, egusi. So they would share. Did it happen to you? They would share a cup or two. So the size you get depends on your class, your current class. So if you ingest 1, you get a cup. If you ingest 2, you get 2 cups. If you ingest 3, you get It was so traumatizing. I hated it so much. I don't know why they allowed that for secondary school children to be picking and peeling melon. It was one of the most annoying and horrible experience I had that traumatized me. And that thing that traumatized me too, the same Macy Girls, when seniors give numbers and you're not there. Let's say, for example, they come to class, you're supposed to be in class on time, and oh my God, boarding school chronicles is a very different ball game. In Macy Girls, like if let's say, for example, night prep, they finished eating dinner, maybe you were taking your time dressing up, trying to put on lip gloss, and then the senior on duty that week has rushed to go to your class to give number, and you're not in class.
But why did they give the number?
The number is to count people that were present in that night class. Okay. So if they don't give you number, rest assured you're going to receive cane. And what they used to flog us back in school was hangers. Plastic hanger, they will break it. Oh my God. Macy Girls was just the school, it was just a traumatizing experience when they changed me to FGC. And I got to FGC and I realized that they don't really flog people there. I was so happy. I was so happy. No, Macy Girls was very traumatizing.
Experiences in school.
Yeah.
So I went to Air Force Secondary.
Yeah.
And the soldier enters the class. You guys are making noise, all of you outside. And then oh my God. Like there are certain teachers and then certain soldiers. And then there are teachers we know to the flog. Then maybe you're now making noise and having fun. Then that teacher will now enter the class and see the teacher. Oh, the teacher is here and you are making noise. Oh,
Hey, God. They will not tell you to kneel down under the sun.
hey, they no, it was
Flog.
military school. They flogged them.
Talking about flogging.
Flogged our lives.
There was one that they were doing all this assembly thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was facing the back of the assembly. I was watching people play. Right? I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't when all your mind, all your senses, eyes, everything is out of. Just focus on where they're playing. Then that came from your back and gave you one sweet cane.
See, unexpected cane is so painful.
So painful.
It's worse. Like, it's better for you to know that they're going to flog you. Make up your mind and you're not going to cry. Bring out your hand and because then especially when it gets to your back.
And they do that. Let me not say a lot, but admin block. So we're all upstairs. We're about to take an exam.
Yeah. And
they were now making noise because the guys, invigilators, they weren't ready yet. So we're all making noise. And then a soldier now comes in. Oh, you guys are making noise. All of you like face down. Put your hand on your decks, and then
oh my God, that's what happened to me. Your drink, because you don't know when it's really to get to you.
And the next thing,
alright, and the cane they used to use to be very slim, almost very slim cane. That when they trash you, like you just
you feel up.
And then when you remove your clothes to see you see the mark of that cane.
Then after the flogging, you now write exam.
Oh my God, I hated it. And that one that I hated so much, especially when I was in Missy Girls, was if your name enters names of noisemakers. And the prefect on duty that week, in that Missy Girls, then we had the most wicked seniors and we had the kind seniors. There was this particular senior. Anywhere you are, you will have headache right now. Senior Chikodi. Chikodi was so wicked. Anytime she's on duty, I used to fall sick. Then I used to have chest pain, but I will now fake chest pain so I can go to the clinic and stay because her week was so traumatizing. She just used to flog you for really no reason. Let's say maybe your nails did not cut your nails, you can get flogged. Your bed is undressed, you will get whipped. Like, no. Secondary school, it was very, very traumatized. Although it was also one of the most fun part for me though, like, because I had my clique and, we tried to make good memories and have fun, despite all those wicked seniors and all. But if you had to pick, would you pick your primary school, secondary school, or university? Which one did you have the most fun?
Fun.
Yeah, I think mine would be primary school. Followed by secondary school, then university.
I had fun in university.
I think that's the thing. University, I didn't really. I don't know. Would I call it? Yeah, I think primary, secondary, and university.
Secondary, university, primary.
Okay, me university, primary, secondary. Yeah,
it's different for everybody. Yeah, it's different for everybody. So, why would you say? What was your? Why did you rank it like that?
For me, no. So I had 6 years. It's a lot. Lots of experiences, really. Yeah, from the ones that will go to this person's house, will hang out, Zobo joints, buy Zobo and Kunu. Sometimes enter the base. I was not really a base person, so there's this game center. Forgotten the Baba one center. I didn't really used to go there, but mostly the people I roll with, because me, I was more of a middle bencher. Yeah. Right? So I roll with the guys at the front, front bencher, but I also roll with people
at the back. So you kind of have like different relationships with them.
Yes. So I had my, good boy, good speaking clique. And then I also had the bad boy, but I was not really bad and I wasn't really good. Yeah. So we'll go to Emuze's house, go to lots of waka like that. I'll come back home, Popsi will shout, coming back by this time, flog you small. But that one is part of it, it's part of life. Sometimes coming back there'll be I remember one time there was fuel scarcity. Yeah. So we had to walk. We walked from PWD Ikeja down to Egbeda at the end of the day. Go home around 9 p.m. Yeah, it was fun because I was working with my people, gisting, joking. Then the occasional outside school waka. It was fun. Let me just put it that way. University, I was more of I had my photo best friend, I call him, Augustus, and we just hang out with each other basically. At the point, people were like, if they don't know me, they will think we are gay. Yeah. I think
the same thing happened to me in university. Two people thought I was a lesbian with Raji and Oni and IJ because I also had like my group of friends, were like the four of us. And people, at some point, I started hearing, these girls are lesbians, but like we're really, really, really close.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't really explore. Like if I were to go back, I'll probably do more.
Exactly, me too. That's why my own goes primary, secondary, university. Because why university is the last for me is just because I didn't explore much. It was just mostly I would not say even the grades. It was mostly watching movies. Either I and Raji would go somewhere. I can't remember what I did in university, but I know that we didn't party. I don't think we went to up to 4 parties in the university or 5. We're just mostly in the hostel. I can't remember what we were doing.
But now that I think about it, my later years in university was actually fun.
Yeah, like I think my final year was fun. I wouldn't lie, yeah. Final year was fun. But what I'm saying is just because the whole of primary school was fun for me. Like thinking about it, primary 1 to 5 was fun for me. But university, I started enjoying it in like my 4th year. I think I even went for it. It was my final year when I moved off campus. That was when I enjoyed university because the people that were living with us in the building made it super fun. But 1st year to 4th year was just meh for me. So that's why university will still come last.
Honorary mention. I should mention my cousin Towichi. Yes, because he usually, whenever he's around, big things happen. He makes it fun. And then he now had this clique of friends.
Yeah.
And we all now became friends. I remember there was this babe who is the cousin to a famous somebody.
Yeah.
That he was stripping for.
Yeah.
She was in Umudike, Michael Opara.
Yeah, Michael Opara. Yeah. My brother's
we were
one
in
day.
photo.
Yeah.
And then I remember this very evening, him and this my former okay, so what happened was I was in a lodge and then he came to stay with me and then in my final year I left that lodge for another lodge, but he remained there. So my former next door neighbor became his next door neighbor. They became friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So Towechi and Frank, they came to my lodge and they were like, see what's happening, that there's this girl, very fine girl, that he's been trying to get her and she's, you know, that this is what they want to do. And they want to enter the school.
Yes.
They want her to come to photo, but she's saying she can't come. So they want to go to the school and bring her. Yeah. So that what we're going to do is
like if they'll travel to Umudike, bring her, will they take her back?
We're going to get one air-conditioned taxi and we'll all dress up, wear suits. Dress up well, 3 of us. And then we'll go there.
That girl is a princess.
And she will enter, we'll do U-turn and come back. I said correct. So eventually what we did, we didn't wear suits, but we cleaned up well. And then we got a taxi. It wasn't air conditioned. We couldn't get one. We got a taxi.
Yeah.
And we went there and we picked her up and we came back. Of course, it ended in tears.
Oh my God, what happened?
At least
they broke up.
Blackberry. One Yankee guy. She went to meet him and slept over. Blackberry.
I see.
My cousin cried. Which I'm sorry, we have to mention. He cried. And I guess that was the beginning of a new chapter for him.
That was when he will now have the bad boy touch.
He became woke.
A
bad boy was born. But yeah, there were fun times. They did a lot, really.
Yeah.
Those 2 boys and their friends. And I was the sense of reason that tried to calm them down. But of course, as I'm calming down the excesses, I would also participate in some of the excesses.
So just like you regulate it.
It's like back to secondary school. I was in the middle. So not too here, not too
there.
there.
You've always been in the middle.
You have seen it.
Okay, still talking about the childhood. Like I know that you probably experienced having crushes. Can you maybe remember some of the
This was primary school. I will call names.
No problem. That's very okay.
I don't know. She was like the finest girl in the class.
Okay.
So I'm not a footballer. I don't play ball like that. But this particular, they were doing like primary 4 versus primary 5 or primary 5. No, there was no 6, so 4 versus 5.
Yeah.
And normally 4 usually beats 5. I don't know which of the classes I was in, but I know that
4 will beat 5.
Yes, it was a standard. When we were 4, we're beating 5. When we entered 5, 4 was beating us.
Oh.
We're not playing. Blah, blah, blah. Next thing, the ball entered my leg. I now scored the goal. I scored the goal.
Emphasis on.
I was celebrating when I scored it. And then this young man beside me was also shouting like he scored the goal. And the young lady was there watching us. And I won't quarrel with the guy.
Why are you taking my glory?
Yeah. It was interesting. I think at each point there was always been that girl. I entered secondary school and there was this girl. In fact, there were other girls in secondary school, but there was this girl.
Yeah.
And then I entered university and
there was this girl.
Yes.
Funny enough, this girl, her dressing is always on point. As in, it matches pink, something with pink and white shoe, always on point, right?
Ebola is gone.
It wasn't just me. It was almost more than half the guys in the class.
Mm-hmm.
She would step out. I remember mentioning this to my best friend back then because he didn't care.
Yeah.
She would step out and like the class would empty.
Mm-hmm.
Why I used to start talking to her because me, I'm not also very, was she also enjoys novels.
Oh, so you had you guys had like a common ground.
To connect.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it is well.
So can you remember some of the weirdest things you did? Chisom, now this is to you.
Yeah.
Can you remember some of the weirdest things you did for a crush?
Yeah, I remember very well.
I want to hear.
I don't know if it is weird, but actually,
okay, some of the
I was very, very young, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because I liked this,
Well, some of the things you did to impress a crush. Let's put it that way.
She had a younger sibling,
Yeah,
a small girl also.
Mm.
So I took it upon myself
to look after the
to look after,
under like school father stuff.
look after the young ones,
So that you can-
hoping that I can impress this guy. No. So yeah, that was one of the weird things.
But did it work out for her? But did she later notice you for taking care of the sister?
Yeah, notice that. Nobody noticed.
Oh my god, my own. I think I had different crushes for different stages. I remember there was this particular guy I liked so much. I used to I went to a boarding school, so I always just see him when I come back from school. And what I used to do is that whenever they send me to buy something, there's this shop that is just a minute from my house, but there's a shop that is close to his house that is like 20-30 minutes. I will walk. I will take that long route just to see if I can mistakenly catch him. But the funny thing is that I usually used to catch him, but we don't talk. But like when you eye the person eyes you back, you know that there is something, but we never got to talk. I don't even know his name. I never knew his name.
You didn't grow a yam leg after
No, I don't know. I don't know. But that was one of the things. I think another 2 and 2 was there was this particular time I just kept on going to morning mass. He was a mass server because I grew up in Catholic church, and back then mass servers used to be so fine. So I just used to anytime that oh God forgive me, but most times whenever I go to church and he's among the mass servers, I always go to receive communion just so that
he will see you.
And I usually used to dress very fine. It was very funny. But then give me the worst punishment you ever received, and what did you do to receive such punishment?
I cannot remember what I did, but
Yeah.
I remember the punishment. So I was fighting.
Yeah.
And after they caught me or they caught us fighting. Only thing that they will tell you drive bicycle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Sit that is drive. What's that thing again? That punishment they tell you sit in the air.
Sit in the air.
Oh my God.
You develop your.
That was so painful. Oh my God.
It was very, very painful.
It was so painful.
You shaking.
You just be shaking.
Or even pick pin.
But I remember pick pin.
Sweat, everything.
I've cut grass before.
Yeah. Your own. In my secondary school, it was not punishment. It was Friday labor.
What actually happened? Right?
Mm-hmm.
We were making noise in the class. It was funny enough. It
Yeah,
was
noise
after.
maker.
It was no. It was after school. Like school had closed.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of us making noise in the class, and then, okay, I went to Air Force, right?
Yeah.
There is this paramilitary organization called Cadets.
Yeah. Cadets.
So
Yeah.
that one you can join if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You get to wear camo uniform and everything when you pass out. When you pass out. When you do your POP, personal parade. So when
Yeah.
you pass out. So there was me, myself, Kinsley, and Victor, and some other guys were making noise playing four corner post inside the class.
Yeah.
Fuck on a boys.
Yes. And then
That's monkey post. Yeah.
our RSM, who is like the guy in charge of the cadets, he came into the class, gathered all of us, flogged us, and then 3 of us, that's cadets. So yeah, you guys, you're supposed to know better. Pick pin. I know we picked that pin. We picked that pin. Huh? I don't know how long, but I know that we picked that pin.
That when they release you, you fall.
We picked her.
Have you done the one that you picked the pin and the person that told you to pick the pin forgot
That they told you to pick pin. It has happened to me. Oh my God.
Is that where they now have to go and send and you'll be there till night? That's someone has to go and say, sir, this people are still say, I forgot to. Yeah, you people can don't do it again. You people can lie.
So my school was a day school, so this one's no punishment though. Every Children's Day, we used to have match past.
Oh God, match past was fun.
We always won it.
Match past was fun.
For Air Force, it's the cadets that go for the match past, right? Not the normal students.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go with our school band.
Yeah.
Our school band was lit.
Sure.
Like lit. The band is we don't they are good. Yeah. By the time you mix, and then when we're not having inter-house sports, the only time I matched for my house was in GSS 1.
Yeah.
SS 2, 3, SS 1, 2, 3, I was matching for cadets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And then cadet itself, when we're passing out in our final year, so we have 4 plateaus. If you remember NYC, right? We have 4 plateaus. So 2 here, and then the center is the color party.
Yeah.
I commanded the color party. I think the color party is supposed to be like made up of senior officers. It was fun. They come in last and they leave first. And they carry the flags. So I carried the Nigerian flag. Then these same 3 boys that they caught us, Kingsley carried the Air Force flag, and then Victor carried the school flag. And I will now look for.
Wait, this was after the cutting.
Yeah, no, this was way later in life.
Okay.
And then they will now look for fine babes like that to stay in between us. So there are 5 in front.
Yeah.
So 3 guys and then 2 babes.
Yeah.
They can be gisting with. Yeah. Well, speaking of punishment.
Yeah.
When we practice, we cadets was after school, so you stay behind and then you go and you do drills and march past and all those things. There was this girl Juliet. I don't know where she is now. In my senior secondary, I'm not sure which, but probably SS2 or so. We were there commanding, there'll be the main person commanding the small children. The small children be doing their march past, and we can just, if you're bored or something, just walk down and walk amongst them as a cadet. Senior, you will be correcting and you can beat anybody that misbehaves. You can do anyhow to them. Basically. Yeah. I don't know who annoyed this young lady. She came and one person, okay, so it's like this, the whole seniority thing. If a GSS3 person is commanding the GSS 1s and an SS1 person comes, he has, in quotes, higher rank.
Yeah, because,
So they were matching. And she came in and said, parade halt.
Yeah.
And ideally, you're supposed to follow your, in quotes, commander.
Yeah,
she's not the commander.
She's not the commander, probably yet.
But everybody halted. Except, of course, some people kept on matching. She now went, okay, also, you're supposed to follow the person to your right? So if it's matching, if it's taking fast strides, then you're also quicken your stride. So you guys can maintain a line. So you follow your right marker. Call it. She went to the rightmost person. So ideally, if the rightmost person has stopped, every other person is supposed to stop. Went to the rightmost person and gave me a heavy slap.
Jesus.
Like the mark showed on his face. Heavy.
Jesus.
Me, I was there. I was feeling somehow.
Oh God, I hated these seniors. I see all these senior whatever. I hated them so much. There was this particular senior that beat one girl. The girl's parents came. Where is that girl? Ogechi, I remember the girl. Ogechi, immediately Ogechi was now doing like the father said, if I come to your hostel, then they now went and brought back to Ogechi. The kind of slap this man gave this senior. I was so happy.
This thing you mentioned now,
I was so happy.
Reminded me of something. So my school is a military school.
Yeah.
There are soldiers that will flog students, and the students' parents will come. There's a woman, she came, collected the cane from the soldier and started flogging the soldier.
Yeah, and it makes me so happy when I see a parent fighting for their children.
Of course, not any woman can do that.
Yes.
The husband is a high-ranking. There's even a story we heard. We don't know how true it is. That the commandant is like the principal.
Yeah,
he's a military man.
Yeah.
Commandant slapped someone, and then the person's father came with convoy, entered the school. Where is
so person?
Where is called his full name? Went to the guy's office. The guy supposedly ran and hid behind the kiosk. Stayed in the office for a while, and then left. Yeah. So after all those things happening, right, the soldiers became a bit more. If they are talking to you and you're like talking back to them or doing, they'll be
like something is giving you morale. That's something that works in Nigeria. When they know that you have somebody, or you just fake that you have somebody, they give you a different respect. That's one thing.
Have they ever used chewing gum? Maybe you're chewing
to put it on your head. Oh God, you have to cut your head for you to be able to.
Or you have hair there, then cut it part by part.
So that you have to cut everything. They were just unnecessarily wicked to us growing up. Like thinking about it, they did it to yeah.
They did it to me, guy. If you remove chewing gum tire today.
In FG so my hair, because I was on local in FG so my. So in FG so my hair, your hair is supposed to be well kept. If you want to make your hair, you always have to have your hair well made. So this thing you said, sometimes too, if you have your hair unkept,
Yeah.
they will chop some parts of your
Chop
hair
off.
because
So
they say if you don't want, cut it off if you cannot keep it clean.
Yeah.
So that's also one thing
You'll
that
be on assembly. Everybody's doing assembly. Next thing, one soldier will now take it upon himself to check your nails.
and
And
nail
as he's
checking.
walking,
Me, what used to say, I used to bite my
flog
nail. They'll flog you, yeah.
on your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I used to bite my nails. That's what saved me back then in secondary school when it comes to nail
You
checking.
chop your nails.
I used to chop my nails. That was what saved me. So they never caught me for having long nails. But then the things that they used to flog us for, they were just things that were just very meaningless. And but anyways, so apart from the traumas, I'm very sure that there were also some fun things that maybe happened in our childhood that we remember. Let's say, for example, for me, I always rejoice whenever we have to go to Mr. Beast on Sundays. We had this family where we usually used to alternate it when we were younger. So this week the family would pay. Next week my family would pay, and like it was such a big deal going to Mr. Biggs back then. So it's some of the things that I remember. I think other things I also remember. I remember our Christmas so well, and that's why every Christmas I always want to go home because it's just a fun memory that I always remember. Christmas was my favorite holiday because all my siblings, my dad, my mom, it was just such a memorable time for me. Even sometimes some Christmas, because we used to travel once a year, we go to the village. It was those are some of the things that when I look back, Christmas I always want to go home because there's this smell and vibe it comes with. So how about you? What are some fun memories you can remember growing up?
It's not even just Christmas. Every New Year's.
Yeah, if you guys that's something like that holiday, that Christmas and New Year.
New Year Day. So New Year Day that she prepares every time. New Year Day, I don't miss that soup. Instead like this, yeah. No, but Christmas is naturally nice. Like you just carry when we were young, we carry this kum at the bar.
We did that thing growing up. Oh my god! All this block rosary.
The caveat or what I call it caveat.
Yeah.
If you finish that thing, your mom will not say,
"I bring the money for you."
I use that buy bicycle for you. And you couldn't give us.
Funny enough, my parents never took our money. Maybe because I don't know, my parents never took our money. The only thing is just that once they have that idea that you have the money, maybe pocket money that you were supposed to get, they will not give it to you. But they never said bring the money, let me vote for you.
So
that's one thing.
There's one memory for me. So sometimes we go home now, like Villa.
Yeah.
Travel December. And it's normally fun when all the cousins are around.
Yeah.
And it's even more fun when my uncle
come back
from the US. My mom's eldest brother, Uncle Val, he's a doctor, so there's this particular day I remember. All of us grandchildren, we followed him, went to one village like that where his first hospital then was located, and then coming back, he now said, "Let's play a game." Okay. So we're all jogging back. And then, you know this song, Old Roger is Dead?
I'm going to the sea. Roger is dead. I'm going to the sea. Go to the
You now get to the end, the part where it says, the old lady
drove up and drove off his knock.
And gave somebody a knock. At that point, we all pick race. The last person he catches, he will knock.
Then
the first grandchild, she's a she. He was always catching her. He was always knocking. She didn't enjoy that.
The growing up was so fun. No, honestly, it was so fun. I think another thing I also remember, like when my primary school always been the most fun because the compound we grew up in, we had like a lot of we had our age grades there. So every time, I don't know if you guys played rubber. Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Oh my god!
That rubber is a traumatizing experience because there was a day me and my sister were playing rubber in the house, and my father came back and he just stayed by the door and was listening. My chopper. And he had warned us to not play the rubber
again.
He just kept quiet. After listening for a while, he now knocked. That is back.
Now packing the rubber.
And then he now entered inside, greeted him and everything's fine. Sat down, went to carry cane, and now sat down. Oh yeah, both of you come here. Where is the rubber?
Hey, that's what happened.
He flogged us.
Another one I also remember. Did you guys play Kanta where you have like 12 players? You use carton and scrape the Kanta. We used to have World Cup. My brothers and I played everything.
There's another one like Sega game. We don't have a video game, so we used to play at our neighbor's place.
Yeah.
To tell you how sweet that game was. When our neighbor now started chasing us out of the house, like, it was as if like we are too much in the house. So they started doing this thing that they will keep us outside their door. if they win you,
You could. You go. Another person will enter after set.
At a point, the thing now became lesson that they don't even want anybody again. So what they now did was it was so fun. What they now did was they said, okay, there's a nest house, like a decking. It's not completed building,
Yeah.
but it's the same level with their house. So what they now do is, as they're playing the game, they now say you should climb to the next house. They open the window for you.
Oh my god, that window thing. Oh god, as you just talk about this window thing, I just remembered. Did you guys watch Super Story? Oh my god, when we were growing up, because we didn't have generator then, there was this family upstairs that had generator. So it was not a compound ritual. Every Thursday night, 8 p.m., we'll go to their house and watch Super Story. Oh god. Sometimes I just wish I could go back to childhood. Like, it was such a fun memory for me.
But when you go back to childhood, you still wish that you want to come back.
When I was a child, I didn't wish. When I started wishing I was grown was university. But you see, primary and secondary school, I didn't wish. It was university that I started experiencing kind of like responsibility. Like that GP was such a huge thing. So like that was when that pressure of, oh, you have to succeed, blah blah blah. But primary and secondary school, I never really worried about that.
It was there for me, from common entrance to junior WAEC to GP, WAEC itself.
And no, it was when I got into university that, because they were telling if you have good grades, you're going to get a job, all those things. So that was when I started, that feeling of responsibility came for me. So yeah, that's it actually for this. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you're listening, you can also write down in the comments what are some of the fun and traumatic childhood experiences that you guys remember. And yeah, so do you guys have anything to tell our audience?
Yeah. What I would say is, in as much as there's the traumatic ones,
yeah,
don't forget to
share also the exactly. I really cherish them. Yeah.
That's what makes your childhood.
Exactly.
What is fun without a little
trauma? Here and there. So how was it coming on the podcast? Like, it was did you guys enjoy this conversation?
Yeah, it was cool.
So if I invite you again, would you come?
It took me back memory lane.
Yeah. Okay, that's very good. So guys, thank you guys so much for listening. And if you guys have any other topic you want us to discuss, be sure to leave it in the comments as we'll be reading them. Make sure to like and subscribe for more contents like this, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye guys.
Bye.
So you guys have deprived me of this.
When you say that, I remember she likes moonlighting.
Moonlight.
I was holding it up.
In my bed, I'm like, we're going to do a 2.0.
Yeah, we have to do 2.0. No, because